Hello everyone, I'm Greycloak, thank you for joining me, and welcome back to episode 62 of Krastorio, I believe. Let's just check that, yes, 62, good. So, we just recently increased our petroleum production, or our oil processing in general, and we should now get more petroleum. Maybe it's not entirely enough still, but as soon as something backs up, then it will be enough. If something backs up, that is. And probably when this starts to run full time, we'll need a lot more, because this uses a lot of sulfuric acid. And the sulfuric acid requires petroleum, of course. Where is the petroleum? Oh, the sulfuric acid production, actually. Shouldn't it be... have some sulfur production there? But here's the sulfuric acid. Okay. But we're still backed up on that, so for now this is fine. So let's get back towards launching rockets. We were about to make speed modules for the rocket control units, and speed modules require electronic components, which is why we ran up and looked at our electronic components production and saw that we were out of plastic because we were out of petroleum. We can make a lot of these. I think we set this up to actually produce a full belt, but maybe not. Doesn't look like it. Maybe if we just speed all of these up. That helps a bit at least. Yes, that's a full belt. But then again, we are pulling off from that belt already. In some places, like for robot frames. And again for these modules. The question is, how many modules do we actually want to make? You need one for every rocket control unit. We need 1,000 rocket control units to launch a rocket. We don't want to wait 1,000 seconds between each rocket launch, do we? No. 500 seconds might be a bit better. But we should still make it scalable so we can just scale it up. We're making enough rocket fuel for, well, 2 rocket fuel per second, so he'll rocket launch every 500 seconds. Still don't know if we should make dedicated electronic components production for this. If we want 2 of these per second, that's 20 electronic components per second. And that's 2/3 of this belt. But then again, we can just add more to it if we want. So I think we're okay with just setting this up. So since to make 2 per second we need 30 machines, I do think we should make those from 2 sides. Let's make sure that we have the space in here that we need. So a full belt of the electronic components, and then just a shared belt of green circuits. We'll never be making a full belt of these, because that would take 10 belts of electronic components and 5 belts of electronic circuits. With a full... with a shared belt, with 1 belt of electronic circuits, we could make, what, 6 per second? Yeah. Is that what we're going to set this up for? I guess that would require 2 full belts of electronic components. So do we still want to set it up for that? We only need speed modules for the rocket control units, right? Basically, yeah. Okay. I think we will just set it up for up to 6 per second, and then we can figure out if we want to do that at any point. So we need a full build of, or half a build of green circuits in here, and the output. Something like this. Good. Wait, what? That's fine. And we need some power for this. Let's just connect them in there. Now 30 of these makes 2 per second. That's 36. Let's just remove the last 4 of those. So 32. Electronic components in here. Want them here. Like so. Green circuits in here. Good, and then we need the electronic components over here as well. And that should be all. So we are a bit closer to rocket control units. We have the processing units already. We don't want these on the bus, right? So we just put them up to the spaghetti area. Spaghetti bus. These would all be running fine if we had a full build of electronic components, which we don't. I guess we're low. Oh, we're low on silicon because we're low on stone. Okay. And we are low on stone in general because all the stone we get from the train is from uranium processing. So that's not very fast. Okie dokie. doing fine on power still, good. So we do need to make a stone outpost, and I guess the stone is just fine. Sure. Let's go down there. These trains honestly seem so slow, but maybe I'm just used to Bob's trains. How fast will the nuclear trains go? 250, and this was 220, right? Yeah. For what we need them for, I think the normal locomotives are just fine. Probably that over here. Good. We do need a few more miners, it seems. We can just take some of these, maybe. All of the ones that hasn't got any stone beneath them are fine to remove. Any stone that only they can take. Guess we should have put a belt in this before we started copying it around. Five lines. Oh, my train is a bit in the way. Let's find out where we want this station first, though. I think over here is actually good. Make a junction. Yeah. Make sure they can't stop here. And get this out of the way. Good. Hopefully we can make this turn. Oh, we will have to make this a bit different. Let's just back this in here instead. There we go. Not the prettiest, but that's just how it is. Good. Actually, I just started thinking about... Oh, good, we did plan for staggers in front of our train depot. Because we might have some stone trains that can't get around very fast at some point. Good. This one we're gonna bring over and combine with the outside here. Because they are the two that will produce the least amount of stone. So add some power. Good. There comes our stone. Call this stone 1. Add a train. And we need some fuel. Are we not requesting fuel? Thought we were, but... This right? Oh well, we can steal some from our file train. How come this doesn't have any more? Have we not made... Oh, we have not made fuel input for that. That's too bad. Where is the fuel? There. You go to stone 1. Full cargo. Bus stone. Empty cargo. Wait. What is going on here? Oh, this is... Okay, let's bring you back just a bit. And send you to stone 1 again. That's better. Apparently it was misaligned a bit. That is fine. You're not very close to full yet, but let's have you go home anyway. And let's have this bring me home. Meanwhile, we can see if we can find a fuel, robot fuel input in our paste buffer. There it is. I think this is it at least. Requires power, of course. Wait, will robots not get out of trains to do stuff in this? That's actually nice. That's nothing more annoying than getting into a vehicle and then all your robots leaving before you take off. Is this connected to anything? Nope. Is there anything nearby that we can connect it to? Seems like this is the closest. Good. Let's just request a full stack here. Oh, and we don't want this. Only for the train. Locomotive. Oh, and we need to start some new research. Looking towards this science. Yes, that is what we need the robot, or not the rocket space science for. How are we doing on pollution? We're actually starting to spread quite a bit over here. And that is because we don't have any filters here. Now, if I bring filters into one of these, I guess they could just share them. Could just put a filter station over here. That seems to be where we have the most space for it. I think we'll do that. J. We actually have some turrets that are engaged somewhere. Where would that be? Probably at the iron. Oh, is this meant to be a filter station? Iron ore filters, yes. So let's find, don't need the map for that, but find our filter train. Filter. Add a station, iron ore 1 filters. Empty cargo or time passed. 5 seconds. Did that finish correctly? Let's just make some room for it. I think this is the one, yes, and that is fine. Oh, and we already have the robots for it here. That's nice. At least some robots. We probably need more. Especially if we want to connect the other stations as well, so let's do that. Honestly, you can go home for now. We need to figure out how we get filters over here as well. Let's start by actually making our newest version of the filtering with included robopods. This a bit. There are, of course, dirty filters, apparently. No? Yes, there are. So that's one thing we still need to find out if we want one of the cargo wagons on the filter train to take back used filters. Or maybe actually 2, I think. The recipe in the air purifiers. Can't we see that recipe somewhere else than this? Air purification. This one. No. Yeah. 90% of the time we get a used pollution filter. So we are almost getting back as many as we put in. So maybe it's 2 cards for new filters and 2 for the used ones. But we could also just, as we did up here, just clean them out right on spot. But then we won't get the resources out of the dirty water that we can get. But honestly, we have infinite resources on this map, because it's an infinite map. So I think we will just clean them. And throw the dirty water away. And I guess we should update this blueprint as well. These. In this case we will move the power pole a bit. No, we won't, never mind. We need this moved a bit more to around here. Because we need space for one of these. You could go down again. Not sure if this one machine can keep up though. Takes 10 seconds to clean it. Takes how long to make it dirty? 600 seconds, so we can have 60 air purifiers work. Plus 1 out of 10 of those won't come back, so we can have a bit more. We can just scale this up if we want it. Should we just do that now? Dang you. Maybe not the most beautiful scaling, but hey, what can you do? Let's add some pollution filtering over here. Let's just go out a bit more. And let's connect it in this end. Good. I guess we could also just run this along to over here. Don't think these roboports will reach though. Doesn't seem like it. Those will reach though, so that should be fine. And now robots will bring us all the filters we need. Do we actually need these? No, I don't think so. Should only filter away from the base, I think. And let's just go up from here, because we're already handling the pollution from the main base over this somewhere. Up here. We need to use this one. Good. And robots are coming with the filters, that's good. Let's just have a look at the filter depot over here. So 1 stack of filters in each of these, that might not be enough. Let's go to 2. Well, actually no, that's not. As soon as the machines are all filled up, then only 1 out of every 10 will be removed, so we don't need that many. And this is starting to work on our pollution, so this all just need to dissipate and then we are fine. And our stone depot is now fully functional. So that is good. And these are still not running. Are we still doing good on power? Yes. Just making sure, because it's easy to just scale up the nuclear power. But it should be easy at least. Unless I made mistakes. Which is known to happen. So now we should get all the electronic components we need again, now that we have stone. And so we should be able to make enough speed modules. Then it should just be a question of making production for this. Let's move this over, because we need our force tiles in between these rocket control units, and I think we'll just share the belt between the speed modules and the processing units. Speed modules. Processing units. Rocket control units. In, out. Copy, paste. No, like that, of course. Let's bring this onto our spaghetti bus. Good. I think this is a fine setup. Oh, let's not copy paste like that. That will mess up both inserters and power poles. So these take 30 seconds each, and we want 2 per second, so we need 60. That's the first 24. That's 48. Can we get 12? That should be 60. Yes, indeed. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for in this episode, so thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.